So, have you ever thrown money at a problem to make it go away? Not quite. That means you have enough experience as a non-rich person. Well, you are not ignorant in that case, but you could still watch the bulletin altogether, because today I'm walking you through the rich people and their behavior in the coronavirus pandemic. By the way, the world has officially opened in all corners of the world. That today is 25th of June 2020, and freedom! Good afternoon, viewers, and a warm welcome back to the QTV by Lizzie Joga, and my name is Lizzie Joga. Now today we're bringing you a very interesting episode, and this is the rich people, the five-star living, the ones who can only delve and thrive whereby the riches or luxury. And we thought we should align our theme with the location. Therefore, you're joining us today in the address downtown. That's right, this is one of the most expensive hotels in the region. Whether or not the coronavirus pandemic has affected us, actually the occupancy right now is at 50%, and the whatever is stopping it from being 51% is because there is a government directive that it should not go beyond 51%, and that is the reason why it's currently at 50. So today we are looking at these rich people. Have they had an impact in the increase of the confirmed cases? Right now we know there is about 463,000 deaths all around the globe, whereas all these rich people have been doing their handouts in the luxury of five-star apartments, of which whereby we want to disintegrate that today in relation to the estimation of the prediction of the job losses that was supposed to happen at the time when the coronavirus was declared a pandemic. Now, a brief history of how the five-star hotel works is this way. They cut down, especially here inside the United Arab Emirates. It was initially cut, and they say the occupancy has got to be reduced. Most of the hotels acted quite fast and reduced the number and slashed the number of employees that they had, and right now we have seen they have gradually started reinstating the number of staff that they have. They may or may not be observing the social distancing, and that's what we are looking at today. So stay tuned in this bulletin, and we are in the address downtown. Remember, this bulletin is quite expensive, given that this is among the most expensive hotels in the region, and they did not even reduce the prices regardless of the coronavirus pandemic. We are in downtown Dubai, one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the Middle East region, and among the top 10 in the world. This is downtown address. If you remember, this hotel is the one that caught fire some time back on New Year's Eve of 2016, and it was important for the QTV to come and do the feature here. Basically, we end our lockdown right in this hotel. Now, lockdown is a word that came into our lives somewhere around February when the coronavirus pandemic spread escalated, and it is something that was championed as a way to help contain the coronavirus. Now, immediately the experts were concerned about poor people, as they always do, never withdrawing their noses from poor people problems or businesses. So they warned us that lockdown will not be easily achieved in developing countries where crowded cities and slums could see the virus spread like a wildfire. Now, I came here and found some of the most expensive restaurants, like this STK, closed because of the coronavirus pandemic. I also walked around this hotel that has always been celebrity infested, and even right now while I'm inside here, I have spotted 1, 2, 3 or up to 5 celebrities, and for obvious reasons I could not come up with pictures. Now, where I'm entering right now is another celebrity restaurant that serves little to nothing for thousands and thousands of dollars. You can only enter here if you are who is who. It's reservation based, that you could also book up to 1 month in advance. Now, the interesting thing is that places like this ones, they did not actually reduce the number of staff working. They did not do much as far as the seating is concerned for their guests, but at least they ensure that their staff are wearing the face shields, which is helping protect them against the novel coronavirus. Interestingly, the lockdown and the entire coronavirus scenario, nobody was really worried about the rich, and they are the very ones that are ignorant or rather disobey the regulations that they enforce on the people. Yet, even today, as the vast population gain back their freedom of caution, a few events caused by people who can afford it have been most blatant illustration of the kind of ignorance that living in luxury can produce. A complete detachment from the world most people live in. Even in this pandemic, rich people thought they could simply throw money at a problem to make it go away. Well, it has always worked for them. However, for this coronavirus pandemic, being rich could not save anybody. Now, at the time when the coronavirus was declared a pandemic, when almost all things went on a shutdown, airlines were grounded, countries were shutting down their borders and their airspaces, there was an estimation of jobs that were going to be lost in the tourism sector and more so in the hospitality industry, though the prediction could not be conclusive on a global scale like it happened for the likes of aviation and healthcare. So, this prediction could not be established on a near precise scale based on the star categories from 1 star all the way to 7 star, which so far we only know of one 7 star, which is right here in the city where the QTV broadcasts its news, and that is the Bulj Al Arab. There is a regional estimation nonetheless that is the Middle East and North Africa, that is more popularly known as the MENA region. It is important for the QTV to do this feature here in one of the region's most expensive hotel. If you remember, now, this hotel grabbed all international media attention for catching a fire a couple of minutes to the New Year's Eve in 2016 that made an intermittent seizure of fireworks on many other events like Diwali and Eid celebration. Also, a bonus for the location is that this hotel is nearest to the iconic Dubai Mall and the dancing fountains, which is actually the world's most lit area. I cannot really tell what is the importance of experiencing this firsthand, this luxury service in the peak of the lockdown. It was important, however, for me to understand how things have been working in the hotels. I see the waiters and the waitresses have been dressing appropriately. Unfortunately, I cannot achieve a photo for you as it's not permitted to do so, not only in this institution but everywhere else inside United Arab Emirates. You cannot take a photo of people without their consent. It is a suable offense. Honestly, it was very refreshing to understand that this hotel has not laid off any of its staff. Actually, their hundreds of manpower are still intact and are still reporting to duty as required. I asked one of the staff and they told me that there has been no changes how they live in their accommodation, which it is not easily achievable, but they are happy that they still have a job to do and they did not even experience a salary cut. Now, I'm just going to zoom in so that we see that nothing has really changed, which leads me to thinking that people who can afford it are basically not interested in things that are unsafe for them. Now, the government told us wash your hands with soap and water at least for 20 seconds, sanitize and keep your social distance. Some people do not have access to this. Actually, around the world, millions that live in shanty towns with access to only most basic sanitation, there was no way to self-isolate. Now, the rich people who can afford it prefer to stay clubbed all in 5-star living, which exposed them more to the coronavirus infections. And this has worked perfectly to ensure that people in the hospitality industry, as we know, the hotels, they are not high payers. They could be categorized as low income earners, and these rich people has ensured that these people have food on their table. Now, the importance of this specific episode is so that you and I can get to see what luxury has been like and what the rich people have been doing, and are they also responsible for spreading the novel coronavirus. Don't mind the fact that I picked the most quiet times to take footages of this hotel. However, when I checked in, it was very busy in the hotel lobby, more than what we see right now. which is an entirely good thing altogether, because these rich people who still continue to check in and be told that we have reached our maximum occupancy, they have basically keep this sector sustained. Now, the United Arab Emirates has in excess of 5,000 four-star and five-star hotels, which are employers to approximately 200,000 people just inside United Arab Emirates alone. And all these five-star hotels have always been featuring in the top five-star luxury hotels around the world. And it was refreshing to know that the in excess of 300,000 members of staff in the hospitality industry only in this category of five-star hotel, that less than 20,000 of them have lost jobs. And this is a very, very good thing that the Quarantine News found out, that the situation might have been bad, but it was not entirely as bad as we initially thought it was. I'll not take photo of you, don't worry. Just of the background. Me, I'm the photo person. Yeah. So guys, I had to finish my five-star living, check out and come back home before I could give you a meaningful review of the rich people, how they spent their coronavirus lockdown and how they helped sustain a specific industry that you and I didn't think about. Did you know that there were 5,000 five-star hotels inside the UAE, which are topping according to the TripAdvisor and all these online rating platforms for five-star hotels? Yes, that's right. And they sustained our colleagues in the hospitality industry. So big up, rich guys. Your ignorance is good. Just kidding. But I had to check out, clear my mind, and then come here to give a meaningful review, which I've done. I hope you enjoyed the bulletin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Did I just throw a kiss? I'm not that girlish, but yeah, I tried. Bye bye, guys.